Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for February 23rd. February 23rd is the 54th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 311 days remaining to the end of the year, 312 in leap years. Today's word is obfuscate. Obfuscate is a verb that means to make something unclear, confusing, or difficult to understand. To be evasive, unclear, or confusing, or to render obscure, unclear, or unintelligible. To bewilder. For example, the politician who obfuscates the truth by talking in circles or giving contradictory statements, or a company who obfuscates the state of their finances by issuing a long, confusing report that doesn't actually say anything. Obfuscation is a way of making one's communication difficult to understand, often through use of ambiguous or misleading language. The word obfuscate comes to us from Latin, words that meant to darken, as in to make hidden. First known use of the word obfuscate is in the 1530s. Obfuscate. The word obfuscate was suggested by YouTube viewer at KMM129. Thank you so much. And if you have a word you'd like us to examine in this Word of the Day segment, drop it in the comments. We'll take a look at it. And with that, this is the birthday of German English organist and composer George Frederic Handel, born February 23rd, 1685. Now, this is the birthday given in what's called Old Style, or according to the Julian calendar. It's March 5th if you're counting according to the Gregorian calendar. He was born in Brandenburg, Prussia, and eventually moved to England, and oh my goodness, was he prolific. He wrote hundreds of compositions, over 600 pieces. Out of all those works, I'd say he's probably most famous for his Messiah Oratorio, which is nearly 2.5 hours long and includes, of course, the Messiah Overture and the Hallelujah Chorus. Beautiful and moving works, no matter what way of faith you follow, or even if you don't follow a way of faith. His work was admired by other classical era composers such as Mozart, Haydn, and Beethoven. Pretty sure I sang the Hallelujah Chorus way back in the way back when I was active in a choir. George Frederic Handel lived to the age of 74, and here's how highly regarded he was. He's buried at Westminster Abbey. I've placed some links in the description to some of his work. George Frederic Handel. Now, back in the 1800s, the process for making bonbons and chocolate candies was labor-intensive, and the candies didn't keep well, so they were expensive and pretty much just for the wealthy. But on February 23rd, 1896, a man named Leo Hirschfeld introduced the Tootsie Roll, America's first individually wrapped penny candy. He named the candy after his daughter. Tootsie was her nickname. He would go on to create the Tootsie Roll Pop in 1931, which was also very popular because it was inexpensive and also because it takes a while to eat one. It's my understanding that some 64 million Tootsie Rolls are manufactured around the world every day. Tootsie Roll. Now, if you're curious about what I might have talked about on February 23rd in a previous episode, I'll leave a link for you. Today's song is You Know I Love You, Don't You? By Howard Jones. Written by Jones, this one was released from his third album, One to One, in October of 1986. You Know I Love You by Howard Jones. Link in the description. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. This is the birthday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I wasn't talking to you. Me and my mouth. John, me. Are you kidding me? Okay, hold on. We got to make that be quiet. You got to read the black part. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for. Oh, where's your microphone? Okay, we don't want to say the same thing twice. Oh, get your microphone. What is it with you and this microphone? Okay, here we go. Okay, we are still recording. That's great. Okay. How about that? We'll have a lot to edit today. Cacophony is a sound. Oh, cacophony is a noun that you got to read it the right way. Let's start over. It's 8 o'clock, so all of the reminders are going to be dinging. I forgot to turn those off. Okay, stop it. It's 8 o'clock. Don't alienate people who can be helpful to you. Flinging happiness all over the place. Alrighty, back to work. I think we got it this time.